Shadows dance in candlelight. Each face bore the weight of unspoken grief, a shared sorrow that hung heavy in the air like incense. Doña Elena, her eyes red-rimmed and swollen, clutched a worn photograph of her son, Miguel, a young man whose smile was frozen in time. He had disappeared 3 months ago, swallowed by the unforgiving city streets. The priest, Father Mateo, a kind man with gentle hands, began the evening prayer. His voice, low and soothing, resonated through the hushed space, offering comfort to those who felt its absence most keenly. He spoke of hope, of faith, of the unwavering love of a merciful God. His words weaved a tapestry of solace, a fragile shield against the relentless storm of despair that threatened to engulf them. Among the mourners was Senora Lucia, her frail body trembling with each whispered prayer. She had lost her husband, a fisherman, to the treacherous sea a year ago. The uncertainty of not knowing what had become of him had etched deep lines of worry onto her face, lines that spoke of sleepless nights and endless tears. Yet, in the shared grief of the chapel, she found a strange sense of peace, a fragile comfort in the knowledge that she was not alone in her suffering. As Father Mateo spoke of the promise of reunion, a wave of quiet sobs washed over the room. Doña Elena's hands tightened around the photograph, her silent prayer, a desperate plea for a miracle. Senora Lucia closed her eyes, her lips moving in silent supplication, seeking solace in the belief that her beloved husband was finally at rest. The prayer concluded with a collective Amen, a unified voice rising above the individual sorrows. The candlelight flickered, casting dancing shadows that mimicked the uncertainties that still lingered in their hearts. But in the shared prayer, in the communal grief, a sense of fragile hope had ignited, a tiny spark that refused to be extinguished by the darkness. They left the chapel slowly, their steps measured, their burdens perhaps a little lighter, comforted by the knowledge that they were not alone in their suffering, and that in their shared faith, they could find strength to face the uncertain future.